Oh, hi there. Ted's Booze Cellar here, the premier alcohol review show here on YouTube, with me, your most gracious host, Ted. Nice to see you here. Welcome, and thanks for stopping by. But welcome to another episode of the premier alcohol review show here on YouTube. I hope I'm finding you all in a good state of affairs, and if I'm not, then I hope things improve for you very, very soon. It is Sunday, the 17th of November, 2024, and it's currently just about to turn 10 minutes to 2 on the day of our Lord. So I looked for a tequila pre-mixed cocktail out and about, and I was trying to find one that I hadn't tried before, and then I remembered there was those bulbous, like ball-shaped cocktails, the pre-mixed ones that are really popular recently in the last few years in America. And they've only just started coming over to the UK, so I thought, well, I might as well try one and see what they're like. So I went to one of my local off-licences and I found this here, which is BuzzBallz pre-mixed cocktails. This is their Tequila Rita. Don't really want to meet her. Hey! Anyway, and yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a strangely neon looking liquid. I'm not sure if that's maybe just because of like how it looks through the packaging of this container though, so I could be completely barking up the wrong tree here. It says here, ready to drink, enjoy chilled, 200 millilitres, alcohol percentage of 13.5%, so it is a bit stronger than the average like pre-mixed cocktail can you'll find in like Sainsbury's or Waitrose or something like that, because they're usually in the region of around like I find 4 to 6%. There's obviously exceptions to that. There's obviously the moth cocktails, which are pretty strong. So it says on the side here as well, mixed drink with alcohol, a zesty lime margarita cocktail made with premium tequila, vodka, triple sec and natural flavours. Have a ball. Please. It doesn't really say what the ingredients are, so I'm a bit concerned by that. But, I mean, the design of the labelling and the packaging is quite refreshing actually, in that it is simplistic and it kind of just speaks for itself. This is just a good and ready to go, on the go cocktail with a bit of tequila, triple sec and vodka in it. So yeah, you kind of know what you're getting in for with this packaging. The only criticism is that, you know, I just think that the branding and the text is a little bit plain and a little bit bland, and the colours don't really stand out that well against each other. This kind of like dirty yellow doesn't really stand out super well against the green, and especially like a neon green like this as well. Personally, I would have gone for like a dirty shiny gold if they were going to stick on the yellowish theme, or alternatively go for orange, because orange is a great contrast against green. So yeah, I don't know, just to maybe make things stand out a little bit more so it's more easier to read and it's a bit more easily recognisable. But obviously if you do that, then maybe you might as well keep the same kind of branding and label and sort of writing and stuff like that. So I don't know, that's my two takes on it. I think I will give the design and the labelling a respectable 6 out of 10. It's fine, it's just not amazing, and I mean, I guess it does what it says on the tin, so you know, I can't complain too much. But before we review the drink and its nose and everything like that, I thought we'd take a quick look at the history of the company and the drink on their website. And it says here, we are on a mission. Our mission is to create fun, innovative cocktails for the world. If we had to sum up our vision statement in 3 words, it would be reinventing happy hour. Plus, all of our products are gluten-free and kosher certified. And then it also says here, I'm going to have to stand up to see over the microphone because I'm too lazy to step a few feet forwards and move it out of the way. So I'm just going to stand up and you're just going to have to deal with my head being cut off here for a few minutes. On a hot Texas afternoon in the mid-2000s, school teacher Marilee Kick was sitting by her pool grading papers. She had a craving for a cocktail that she could sip from a plastic container rather than a fragile glass, and inspired by the spherical shape of a snow globe bought by a family trip to Sweden and a can of tennis balls she saw in a sporting goods store, her innovative idea for BuzzBallz began to take shape. After graduating with an MBA, Marilee tirelessly researched and developed her concept, taking out a loan to launch the company and enlisting her family to help get the business off the ground. Fast forward to today, millions of BuzzBallz are sold across the United States and internationally. And I did look on their website and they've got 6 drinks in total, including the vodka triple sec and tequila Rita here. So I'm interested to see what those other drinks are like. I'll have a quick look at what they are at the end of the video, but for now we'll take a look at this and we'll see what it is like based on the nose once we have a quick snifter. I've got to say, it's actually very easy to open up. Interesting looking liquid. It's not super neon when you look at it inside the container. It's more cloudy more than anything. Kind of a semi-neon cloudy, but yeah, it's not the kind of colour I was really expecting. So, interesting. I'm guessing this is going to be a bit limey or citrusy, so I'm looking forward to it actually. So let's have a quick snifter to see what our first impressions are like. Doesn't smell bad, actually. It smells fine. Yeah, it smells nice. It smells like... yeah, got a bit of a harshness of vodka in the after smell there. Yeah, and I can definitely smell the triple sec and the tequila a little bit, but it's not like an overpowering nose. The main through line of the nose is this sort of citrusiness, which could be lime or something else, or lime and something else. I'm not entirely sure, but it looks and smells actually pretty good. Yeah, honestly, the nose is actually quite nice. It is a little bit artificial for my liking, but generally speaking, it does smell pretty good. Although then again, that artificialness could just be the sheer number of different smells kind of contrasting against each other to maybe throw me off a bit. So I could be wrong. It could be, as they said, completely natural flavours and natural stuff. So no, I'm going to give them the benefit on the doubt on that and say that it is for now. But yeah, good nose actually. There's a little bit of a harshness at the end, but it smells nice enough. So yeah, I'll give the nose like an 8 out of 10. Actually smells really nice compared to some of the pre-mixed cocktails we've had in the past on this show. So I'm hopeful for this, but before we see what this sucker tastes like, quick palate cleanser of water. And as always, remember to drink responsibly and have some water when you go out for drinks. Okay, and for the most important part of the video, which is to see what this sucker tastes like. So to everyone at home, I hope you have a great week ahead. I hope your weekend has been productive, fun or informative, or all of the three. And bottoms up. Oh, wow, that's quite sour. Wow. Oh, man. It's a really strange flavour profile. Like, there's this citrusiness at the end that kind of just overpowers all of the other flavours. And it's really bizarre. There's this flavour of like mixtures of alcohols at the beginning that's actually quite nice. Strangely, you would think just a sheer mix of alcohols at the beginning wouldn't sound great, but honestly, the mixture of the triple sec, tequila and the vodka at the beginning does stand out quite prominently, but it's actually quite nice flavour. It's not too harsh, and it's actually quite a smooth drinking experience at the start. And then halfway through the sip, you just get a complete flavour profile change, and it suddenly becomes really citrusy and very strongly so, and to the point where it's very sour at the end. And after just a couple of little sips, I'm already getting a sensation of heartburn, which is like making me quite shocked. Like, this is quite a strongly acidic drink. So if you're definitely someone of the variety who's got more sensitive teeth, or you just don't like sour flavours, or you are just not into like liminess and citrusiness like that in particular, I just don't think you would want to go for this. It is an interesting flavour profile in all fairness, and I think there are aspects about it that I do like. I just think that the overall drinking experience and the seamlessness of those flavours mixing together isn't perhaps as smooth as it could be, but the flavours that are there on their own are actually quite nice. There's even like this weird sort of like burnt caramelly sort of aspect to it at the end, which I'm not sure about, which could literally just be me and my sheer idiocy, but I don't know. I get like a slight caramelliness about this to the end, and I don't know, it kind of caps off everything quite nicely, but at the same time, that sort of sheer change in sort of flavour profiles halfway through the sip, it kind of sets everything a little bit off balance for me. It's not completely ruined, but it definitely does make it a little bit less of a wow factor for sure. So and there's a bit of a harshness around a lot of the flavour that I'm not sure about either. So what I'll say is, great concept, great flavours on their own. I just think that the overall drinking experience, texture, and the seamlessness of how the flavours mix together could be a little bit smoother. But that being said, as far as things go in terms of pre-mixed cocktails, I do think this is one of the less like bad ones. It's far from being as bad as like a lot of the ones from like Unknown Pleasures and a couple of the bad ones from Moth. I do think this is far from being the worst, but it's not the best either. So it's not quite as good as the Moth Mojito cocktail can, but I don't know, it's fine. It's like a 6 out of 10. I think it is actually good for what you're looking for when you're going out on a night out on the town and you want a cocktail to have while you're waiting for your bus or to go to the first pub on your pub crawl or something like that. But at the same time, I just think that you could just spend a little bit more on a slightly nicer cocktail, like I was going to say a wicker basket tea cocktail, or maybe like, again, maybe the mojito cocktail from Moth. That is genuinely quite good. So I would, yeah, honestly go for those instead. But at the same time, if you see one of these and it's like your main option or the main thing you're drawn to, you definitely could do worse. Like, don't get me wrong, there are things I will criticise about this, but it's definitely a case of like, if someone likes this one in particular, I can totally see why. It's not a bad drink, it's just perhaps not entirely for me, and I do think there are some things I would improve about it. So I'll give the overall rating of the drink probably like a 6 out of 10. Yeah, I think a 6 out of 10 is about fair enough. Okay, so the other drinks they've got on their website actually sound pretty like decent. Actually, there's a Star Martini, there's Chili Mango, there's Lotta Colada, which sounds like a pina colada drink, there's a Strawberry Rita, there's a Choc Tease, so there's a chocolate cocktail, which could be quite nice, and then an Espresso Martini, which those can be really hit or miss, but I'm interested to try the others and see what they're like. So who knows, they could be good, they could be better than that, or they could be worse. So I'm willing to give them another shot, but you know, obviously I have to be a pretty harsh judge on certain things. So I will say though that the Martini one is a limited time only from the looks of things on their website. So I hope that clears any confusion about that up. Why did I say that? But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, share and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for future episodes of Ted's Booze Cellar or for other video formats, let me know in the comments section down below. And if you want to check out any of my other social medias, I'll leave the links to all those in the video description down below. And until next time, have fun, stay safe with whatever you're doing, don't do anything I wouldn't do. If you like this video, leave a like, share and subscribe. And until next time, have fun, stay safe, drink responsibly, know your limits, and I'll see you guys at the bar next time on Ted's Booze Cellar. Bye-bye for now.